Booksmart follows high school students Amy, played by Eve from Last Man Standing, so I'm just going to call her Eve from Last Man Standing. She's also in Last of Us Season 2, but it's Eve from Last Man Standing.
Gosh. Really?
And Molly, played by that lass from Lady Bird. Both girls have just completed their exams and are on their way to prestigious colleges, but soon discover that all of their hard-partying peers have got into the same fancy colleges as them, despite not studying their asses off like they did. In an effort to make up for years of being nerdy little bookworms, both girls decide to go on a mad party spree the night before graduation to have the same party experience as their mates, before everyone heads off for college and wacky hijinks ensue. Because apparently the writers saw Superbad. All laid in America.
What? No.
The first version of Booksmart was first written all the way back in 2009, coincidentally not long after Superbad came out, I'm just saying, by Emily Halpern and Sarah Haskins, and originally focused on the two girls trying to get boyfriends the day before their high school prom. However, when Susan Fogel got her hands on the script in 2014, she rewrote it to focus on the girls going to an after-prom party and changed the character of Amy into a lesbian in an attempt to diversify the cast, which is fitting because they hint at Eve being gay for an episode in Last Man Standing, and they also have her sing there, so let's have her sing here too! After Fogel's revisions, the screenplay was purchased by Annapurna Pictures and found its way to Olivia Wilde, who read the whole thing in 2 days and instantly expressed a desire to direct it. Katie Silberman was then picked up to do some more rewrites in the spring of 2018, which is where the plot finally moved towards the idea of two girls quickly trying to make up for their lack of partying throughout high school. Filming then began in May in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles, and Wilde actually suggested the two lead actors live together to build up a friendly rapport. She also encouraged the cast to improvise or suggest alterations to the dialogue if they felt it was inauthentic to their characters.
That's awesome.
Booksmart was released on May the 24th, 2019, but didn't do nearly as financially well as hoped, only grossing $25 million worldwide. However, critics everywhere hailed it as one of the year's best films, praising the screenplay, performances, and the chemistry between the two leads. But one thing's for sure, the writers obviously don't seem to know how the hell teenagers speak or act.
Hey, Miss Fine, you should come party with us tonight.
Did you just ask Miss Fine if she wants to party with you? You think she wants to watch you and your friends get drunk and break things?
Yeah, sorry, hold on. I was having a conversation with her. You were not part of this.
Sit down, Theo.
Yo, what up, Miss Fine?
I mean, don't you and your bestie randomly dance in the middle of the street? Don't you remember like this happening in your school? There's a whole sequence where everyone brown noses the teacher, but not even in a slightly believable way. It's just ridiculous, and it's not even funny. One issue I have with the film isn't even their fault. You see, Eve was 22 years old at the point of filming. 22. Look at her, she looks 5. So when you have the grown woman who looks like a child consistently discussing sex...
Amy, do you know how many girls are gonna be up your vagina? Before you know it, you'll be neck deep in Ryan.
Neck deep in what direction?
I don't even have nipples.
Every time I come to visit you, you're just gonna be scissoring a different girl.
Especially considering we watch her grow up on the sitcom. It just makes me very uncomfortable. Sit down and sip your fruit shoot, young lady. This is all because she got the hots for the love child of Miley Cyrus and Haley Joel Osment, and she ends up not being interested. Yeah, we're supposed to be invested, but it's literally Eve spotting a girl that she thinks is hot, barely speaking to her, and then being upset that she likes dudes instead. I get that the movie is trying to be a big hit for the LGBTQ+ community, but when you think about it, what message is it actually trying to give? Including to the educational system. What, doing hard work because morons are going to get into your college anyway, so don't bother? I mean, the most unrealistic part of this American high school is Molly being pelted by water-filled condoms and not retaliating by shooting everyone. There's a very weird scene where Eve admits to using a panda plush to masturbate, and it drags on for a while, but admittedly it does lead to quite an amusing scene where her mum, played by Phoebe from Friends? They dragged Phoebe from Friends into this? Anyway, she inexplicably kisses the panda over and over again, and it's such a forced joke, it is kind of funny. Except it's the same joke you'd see in the likes of Superbad or American Pie or any raunchy teen comedy ever, really. Yeah, the film isn't really bad, but the fact that it came out in 2019, there's nothing really unique about it. It's just another teen comedy about sex.
Audiences deserve something original.
There's the generic scene where they think something is cocaine, but it turns out that it's a false alarm. But again, it did get a laugh out of me when the car suddenly comes to an immediate stop and they're convinced that they're now covered in the drug. But you can predict almost every joke coming. Like right here, they decide to start watching porn in this car with headphones on. Yeah, just have a guess what's going to happen. What do you mean it's going to connect to the car's Bluetooth and have the porn coming out of the speaker? We get the cliche scene of them getting up on drugs, but this isn't even funny. When you compare it to the likes of 21 Jump Street, it's just nothing. They can't seem to do anything right. Before they turn into those. Okay, I have to admit, I did not see that coming. See, that's the thing, the movie does have its moments. Like here, they want to find the address of a party, so they attempt to hijack Jeffrey Dahmer, but he completely foils it with logic.
How old are you, by the way?
Does not matter!
Okay, that voice did not make you sound older, so you're basically children. and you just willingly got in the car of a strange man. Do you guys have a weapon?
Yes?
See, that's funny. Sometimes they go against the tropes and it's hilarious. And when movies quit having students hanging out with grown-ass teachers like it's normal, and one even hits on her, for the love of God!
You're 20, right?
Nope, still weird. I will credit the acting performances, especially the two leads. Eve is so good that you can't help but sympathise with her, and you do genuinely root for her happiness, even if her entire character's personality is just horny. That's the thing, even the message with the love story doesn't quite add up. I appreciate that they didn't go for the obvious twist of having her realise that the girl of her dreams was actually her best friend the whole time, Molly, but she sees Miley Osment smooching a dirty man, after, barely speaking to her all film. And then she goes on this long take, which does look really cool, and then Molly ditches her to get some cock, and to be fair, the direction of that is really cool as the shot lingers on them both during a heated argument as partygoers begin filming in the background. The audio cuts out as they scream at each other, and it's moments like this where the film does work really well. There is a lot of potential here, except for the dialogue.
You're just one of those people who claims they're honest or calling people on their when you're really just mean. Why are you so cruel?
Are you 7? But this is what I mean. What's the message? She's heartbroken about the other girl, and then this chick starts insulting her, and then they begin making out. Is the message be a bitch and you'll get laid? And the cringe is so strong.
I don't think that's all you think it is.
Until she vomits all over her. Good. They even try to randomly create a character out of the weird guy who just speaks in stupid teen slang for the entire film. What? And then Molly hooks up with him. When the hell was that established? It's like they realised they ran out of runtime and suddenly needed a happy ending for her, so they scribbled this together. And they do the same for Eve as the bitchy girl shows up again, and this touching moment is completely ruined by Molly and a stupid mugging in the background. It's not funny. Eve ends up getting herself arrested, and apparently getting bailed out was really easy. They just had to snitch on Jeffrey Dahmer, I guess. The thing is, the actresses do have a lot of chemistry, and they are genuinely great. The friendship is really sweet, but they don't develop it as much as they seem to think they do, considering the shit they've done and said to each other. But that being said, they are the best part of the film. I don't hate it, it's fine. I was never bored, and it does get a laugh every now and then. But why on earth is this in the 1001 when the likes of American Pie isn't, considering how much more that film did for cinema? Yes, a man shagging a pie did a lot for cinema, shut up. I don't know, it's a mystery. To me, Booksmart is alright, and that's all I've got to say about that.